A very good evening. Welcome and thanks for tuning into Rhino Performance Podcast. This is our fifth episode, and I'm really excited for this one. Really looking forward. We've got a phenomenal guest on board today. A very good friend of mine, and a very talented, educated, intelligent, and very importantly, a wise guy, and a great football coach slash soccer. His name is Vimal Arora, and we're gonna get into a little stuff like the foundational development approach that specific to football and everything else that he wants to cover up that and the current situation that we have going on in our football realm. Before we get into all that, before we dive into our episode, Vimal, would you like to just briefly introduce yourself, who you are, what do you do, and everything in between, man?
Hi Miku. First of all, thank you for this kind and lovely introduction. Me and Miku, we go around 8 to 9 years back,
Oh
and
yeah,
our
yeah.
our friendship started in a CrossFit gym, and we used to eat together. So that's how the journey started of us together, and now we are
Man.
training partners. Yeah. So basically, to introduce myself, my name is Vimal Arora. I'm an AFC A licensed coach. So people from the soccer fraternity, if they understand licenses, I'm equivalent to UFA. I've traveled around 37 countries and, gained a lot of knowledge about soccer. And I don't know everything, but, I can share. I'll try to share as much as possible. I'm also still learning. And, journey is all about learning. So, if anything, it's just my experience I would like to share with the viewers. Thank you very much.
Yeah, awesome, dude. And for the viewers who doesn't know the rapport that we share, he's actually very right on the fact that we go way back. It's almost been, I think, 8 9 years easily, and we did kind of lose contact for sure, but we recently met and we covered up grounds that, like, literally grounds. And it was so much of knowledge sharing that we had, and I just couldn't help myself asking him for just to hop in for one of the episodes and share his rationale with everybody. So all right, so when we were talking about certain stuff, but into which is to do with football, you want to be like specifically talk about the foundational development, the grassroots approach, and towards football. So you wanna expand on that, man?
Yeah, sure, Miku. So basically, it's just I will simplify into a very simple things. I'm not going to complicate stuff here. Okay, because if we talk about soccer, much of the time, people think about, okay, we have to inculcate tactics, technical development, blah blah blah, and every top-notch stuff. But when you're dealing with grassroots, the most important thing when you are into grassroots, the kid needs to have a fun. The kid needs to have fun. I mean, when I was 4 or 5 year old, I never wanted to be a professional footballer or a professional football coach. I wanted to be Superman. I wanted to be Goku from Dragon Ball Z. For God's sake. I mean, yeah, seriously. There was no one, I never thought, I could play professionally. I will play football in Germany, and then, I'll become a professional football coach. So at that age, if you are focusing much more on, drills and, running exercises, as I'm talking specifically about soccer, okay? If you are trying to make your kid an athlete, of course you will teach him how to run and many other aspects towards the running aspect. But if you are talking about soccer, specifically soccer, you need to first make sure your kid is in love with ball, your kid loves the game, okay? And it does not have to be drills. To be honest, I would like to share one view of mine, that in soccer especially, we should never call exercises or sessions as drills, okay? Because drills are specifically military based or athletic based training sessions, where you design a session, and those called as drills. But in soccer they are always called as sessions, because it is everything is in relation to the ball. It is always, soccer is always played under pressure, okay? There is a huge amount of decision making in each microseconds, okay?
Right.
So for a kid, let's say for example, if I want to teach a kid dribbling, okay, what all the coaches do is, they put 10 cones in a line, and they tell the kids, okay, you go inside, outside, you use inside and outside of your feet, and you just go pass through the cone and just come back with the ball. I mean, how many, how many of, us think that, this drill is fruitful? Many coaches will say, yeah, you are teaching a kid how to dribble a ball, but can we make it a bit interesting? Do you think seriously a 4 or 5 year old kid is interested in dribbling a ball in between the cones? He does not like it. He will get bored. Every day you cannot do that.
Absolutely.
So
Kid
what
wants
can
to
you
be
do?
kid.
So he wants to be a kid. Simple as that.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
I just came up with solutions, basically, involving them into a fun session. So now if I want to teach a kid dribbling, I will set up a area of, let's say, 25 area grid, okay? And I'll put a lot of colorful cones, lot of colorful markers, and I'll give a kid size 2 or size 3 ball. Okay.
Right,
I'll tell him,
right,
okay, go and dribble, pick up a cone. As soon as you reach towards the cone, stop the ball. I will not tell him
right,
how to stop the ball. He will understand how to stop the
right,
ball. Okay, he'll stop the ball, he'll pick up the cone, and I'll tell him make number 2, okay, make numerical 2 or make alphabet A. Okay, now what he is going to do is he's going to reach every cone and he's to pick
Vimal, I'm so sorry to interrupt.
okay,
Can you
how
get
should
closer
I
to your mic, please,
create
man?
yeah, sorry.
Yeah, yeah,
He's going to go towards a cone and he's going to try to figure out, okay, how shall I create a alphabet A or how should I create numerical 2? So he's going to
right,
pick one cone and the ball is dribbling. Okay, he's not leaving the ball there. The ball is still with his leg and he's going outside the drill and creating numerical 2. So you see what I did over there.
right, right.
He's learning dribbling subconsciously. I didn't even tell him that he needs to dribble. He needs to use
Exactly.
his inside foot, you need to use his outside foot, but he is using everything. He is using his outside foot, he is using his laces, he is using his sole, he is using his every part of the foot. So this is basically a guided discovery method, where even
Right.
the parents needs to be encouraged or the coaches needs to be encouraged rather than, doing traditional soccer drills or this is basically a subconscious cognitive development. So we need to focus and kids enjoy as well. That is
Right.
the thing.
So it's like you're coaching without coaching, if that makes sense. A lot of cues actually are just useless. Let's be honest about it.
Yeah.
And the best coaching tip I can give out, and also I share with a lot of like-minded people in our space, is that the best coaching tip is to shut the fuck up. That's the best coaching tip you can think of, or you can come up with. Anyway, and you can please continue, man.
No, no, come again. I'm sorry. Your voice just broke, so I was not able to hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I was saying that the best coaching tip is to shut up.
Hello, 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 hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, now it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was saying, so the best coaching tip. Can you hear me now?
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah. The best coaching tip is to really shut up, and just let athletes be athletes.
Yeah, let them enjoy. Let the kids enjoy. See, basically, what I will share with there is a huge difference between a kid who is training in grassroots and a kid who is training for elite development or for his, foundation phase development when he crosses the age of 12. Now, first, the most important thing the coaches and the parents needs to understand that the grassroots age starts from the age of 3 to 12. Okay, till 12 years of age there is grassroots development. After 12 he goes into his adolescent phase. He hits his puberty, he's entering his teen. Okay, so it's a very different phase, he's entering.
Get
So
closer to the mic.
till the age of 12 he need the kid needs to be the kid is in a grassroots phase. Okay, so whatever we are doing, and at that age the most important thing, I mean, see, I'll just simplify what is myelin development. So basically
Right.
the sheath of membrane it inside you. Okay? One famous dialogue, if you train one kick 10,000 times, it gets registered in your brain, okay, and your brain reacts to it. So basically, myelin is a sheath of layer, which is comprehensively developed if you keep on training and if you keep on, putting your kids into conscious. The myelin develops throughout life, okay, but till the age of 12, it is at its peak. After 12, it starts deteriorating. So basically, if a kid learns a quality coaching at the age of 8 or 7 or 9, it will be carrying throughout his life. It will be carried throughout his whole life. Then what he will learn at massive difference. In India, the main thing is that a player starts his career at the age of 13 or 14. He starts learning football at the age of 13 and 14. So the myelin
Right.
development is highly disrupted. Okay, 13 or 14, he's starting to learn to kick up. So you see the difference between the cognitive development and the membrane sheet development. So these are the extremely important things. When you want to teach a kid start at the age of 3. Forget about teaching him the basics. He will learn basics by himself. Okay, just make sure the sessions are fun. He's enjoying, and eventually he's in love with the game. He should not feel bored. That's the main aim.
Right. So and also just I want to add on to that. So when coaches approach the whole long-term athletic development thing, the protocol, they take it way too seriously, and then they end up generalizing for all age groups. That's where I think people need to take a step back, and then retrospect what they're doing, and also like probably respect the age and the kind of responses, the physical qualities, the physical adaptation they are looking at, and try not to mix things, and because kids, they really want to be kids. They don't want to get fed with information which completely just goes like bouncers. They won't even understand what terminologies we use. They don't get it. I mean, it's of no use. You're wasting your time, their time, and rather do something which is more, I think, cost efficient, time efficient, and we can elicit more performance gains without even having to queue a lot. And that's just smart work, man.
See, the thing is that the most important thing for coaches and parents, they need to understand there is a huge difference between coaching philosophy in various age groups. Okay, so if you tell, let's say for example, if you want to, first of all, if someone is saying that you need to coach a 7-year-old kid push up, especially in soccer, I find it really funny. What makes you think a push up will make a soccer player better? Okay, is push
Exactly.
up making him his ball control better? As simple as that. You know so these are of course, if you need to strengthen him, then let's say for example, if there is, it has nothing in relation to soccer, but let's say for example, if you want to coach your kid, push up, you are a very fitness freak guy, or you're an enthusiastic guy. If you tell him, okay son, do a push up, he's not going to enjoy. Instead
Right.
of that, even if you have to make a push up more fun based, you need to make a diagram on the tiles of your floor, or just tell him, okay, just move, just touch that diagram, just touch that cartoon. So you have to innovate. That's the thing.
Right.
Even if you have to teach a push up to a kid, you have to do that. You cannot just tell a kid,
Right.
okay, just do a push up. He'll get bored. He'll not enjoy it. So the
Right.
most important thing, the parents and the coaches need to understand that the importance of age appropriate coaching. Okay, the most important thing, and the second important thing is, uh, especially the coaches and the parents, they have to stop living in false vanity. Okay, this is the biggest problem with what I feel is, in the football community. Many, kids, they come to me and they, at the age of 13 and 14, they come to me, like, coach, I want to play professional football. I want to play I League. I want to play ISL. But who's going to
Right.
put the number of hours? Okay.
Right.
If you're just going to train 1 hour a day, do you think it's possible? No chance at all. You
Absolutely
need to,
not, man.
you need to, you need to be on the ground throughout the whole day. Just play with the ball. Make ball your friend. Make him your, you can say, slave. The ball should be your slave. That at your command, the ball should stop at your feet, and you should be able to do anything you want to do with the ball. That's the most important thing. When you want to become a soccer player. Okay, this goes with every sport. If you want to become a cricketer, 10 rounds of a ground is not going to make you a cricketer. If
That's
10
just
rounds of
plain
a
stupid, man.
10 rounds of a ground is not going to make you a soccer player. I still do not understand. There are many coaches and many people who coach football. They still believe in running the rounds, making the round is going to the most important thing for a coach is to not understand what is energy system, what is lactic elactic phase, what is foundation system. They have no idea about it, and they just talk about fitness and everything. I also never knew, but I learned it. It's not like that I learned everything from my mother's womb. No, it's not possible. We
Right.
come on this earth and we learn. We educate each and every day ourselves to make ourselves better. It's just, you read books, have to understand that, the quality of education you need to require to develop a quality athlete, who's going to make sure that, India qualifies for the World Cup. So you need
Right.
to develop smart and intelligent players who can think for themselves on the pitch. You need solution finders, not,
Right.
problem seekers. You need to
Right.
make a player who is able to solve his problem on the pitch without looking at a coach. Okay, if there
Exactly.
is a defender in front of me, how am I going to get past him? If I want to pass, it's his decision. If he wants to if he wants to dribble that defender, it's his decision. Okay, these decision making skills are extremely important in soccer, and they need to make it by themselves. And these things are only going to happen if we coach them intelligently, if we are going to put them into conditioned small sided games, if we are going to, channelize their brain, if we are going to challenge their brain, ask them questions, let them ask us questions, why we are doing this session, what is the importance of this session, why are we doing this. The kids needs to be inquisitive. Sorry to say, but I have hardly seen any, kids in India being inquisitive. They are just yes man, yes sir. They are a part of the
Exactly.
herd. Like, go to an office and say yes sir, good morning sir. No, yeah, fine, respect is one aspect of the game, but you need to ask us questions. If you don't ask us questions,
Exactly.
how are you going to improve your brain?
Yeah, so to just sum it up for our viewers about the whole grassroots approach, the protocol towards developing soccer-based physical qualities is to get your basics done at the earliest as possible and strong as possible. And not just that, keep honing on those qualities for the rest of your life as well, because the more your foundation is strong, the better your building is, right?
Exactly,
And
absolutely.
from there, let's talk. We can always talk about progression and logical interventions and all that the drills, quote unquote, that you want to dial in. That's fine, but let's get the surface, the pillars in place.
Yes,
If correct me
absolutely.
if I'm wrong.
No, no, you're absolutely right. Spot
All
on.
right, all right. So, I also wanted to know, so because you're in line with the current
Your
and the
voice just
previous.
broke.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I just want to understand, because you're in line with the current football, let's say, association now, and also you've been coaching. I think, if I'm not wrong, 17 years, almost 17 years,
16th year, 16th,
16
yeah,
years.
16th year in coach.
All right, so you would know, you have seen the good and the bad, the ups and the downs of the space in India, right? So where do you think the Indian league stands currently?
Important aspect of the Indian league is that, when you train with better opponents, you automatically get better. Okay, but if you understand the spine of the ISL, if you see the spine, what I mean spine is the central line. Okay, it comprises of all foreign players. Okay, so defenders are foreigners, midfielders are foreigners, strikers are foreigners. So when the spine is absent, it really affects the national team. That's the thing. And the recent result against UAE was a little bit of an eye opener where we lost with
Exactly.
six
Yeah,
goals.
absolutely,
Okay,
man.
but the thing is that, see, I won't blame the federation, or I won't blame any leagues or something, because to be honest, since the inception of the ISL, we have not seen that kind of a professionalism prior in the Indian league. The kind of professionalism which ISL has brought to the Indian football market, it's absolutely mind blowing. That's the thing.
Right.
The development is a bit slow. Okay, I completely agree on the part, but we are improving in terms of professionalism. That's the most important thing. Priorly, a decent or a good player used to make a season around 40 to 50 lakhs. Now all the salaries are gone above 1 crores. Okay,
Oh, all right.
now
S-
it's like a player is earning minimum around company, at a president or a executive VP level, or if for
Right.
a top level engineer. So it's not like that, you are the players are being paid heavily. Now, if you go and see,
Right.
Sandesh Jingan of our ISL, he's earning 2 crore. Imagine 2 crore rupees for 12 months. Prior to this, if we go for 10 years back, it's not possible. Only foreigners would have got that money.
Right.
That's the thing. We have to start at the grassroots. We cannot expect already the professional players are there who are at that stage. They so fast because they have been embedded into a certain system, and it's very difficult to change the system when you cross the age of 25, when you're 28, 30s, and in your early 40s. That's the thing. It's a bit difficult. That's the thing. In your late 30s, it's very hard for a player to change his mindset. That's the thing. So everything now, the next generation, we have to focus on that, and make sure that we create quality players.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? I hope you can hear me.
Yes. I can hear you.
So now, I mean, these are development in the good side. Absolutely, there's no doubt about that. However, what I want to understand is there any kind of change that you want to see that it could be big, could be small, doesn't matter. If at all, if it's there, what exactly are you looking at?
We need to first of all restructurize the whole grassroots league, the youth league, and the senior leagues. What we lack is lack of matches. See, the most important thing.
Everything comes back to the whole grassroots protocol.
Yeah, no, in senior level as well. You need more matches. Now in ISL, let's say for example, there are 11 teams, and they are playing what? They're playing around 10, 20 matches, 19 matches. Okay, 19 matches a season is nothing. And prior to that, they just play 7 to 6 matches. So around you're playing 27 to 28 matches before 7 matches, and then you are playing 20 matches. So in a season, in a year, you are just playing 27 matches, and you are going to compete against top teams of Asia who are minimum playing at least 60 to 65 matches. So you see the difference. Okay.
So there's a clear lag in game time.
Yes, absolutely. It's a huge, massive thing. And the most important thing is in the core positions, especially as strikers. We have a big question in our hand is that, who's going to replace Sunil Chhetri?
Yes.
If you are not, if the ISL teams are not playing Indian strikers, we are never going to get next Sunil Chhetri. It's not possible. In I-League, many teams are playing a lot of, Indian strikers. Still, many are using foreign strikers. I completely understand, in professional football, results matter. And, if a person is spending around crores of rupees on his team, he has a right to choose, or, he has a right to play whomever he wants. But eventually, in the end of the day, if you're talking about the development of a country football, we need to give our players, Indian players, a chance to play in those crucial positions. Okay, maybe the development, but the most important is quality player, who can score goals for not possible positions like midfield or defense, or that's not going to happen.
Right. Awesome, man. Also extended to which I want to understand is there any kind of popular opinions, common nuances that goes around around the realm of football in India that you personally, on a personal level, you want to see that change, because that really helps change the perspective, the lens that we are looking at currently, and maybe going forward, there could be some development.
Can you repeat the question? You just froze. I don't know.
All right, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. So
yes.
I just want to understand, extended to your previous point, I just want to understand if there are any kind of common nuances or popular opinions around the football community, the space that you personally want to change, maybe, or want to see those things or those nuances change for the betterment of the future.
The common nuances which I feel in the football fraternity is that Indian coaches cannot coach the game. That's the thing. And I mean, sometimes you may agree with few of the stakeholders because of their past experience with the Indian coaches, but the new generation of coaches are extremely intelligent, okay, and they can really coach despite being young. It does not matter. Age does not define your maturity. Age does not define your coaching. The most important thing what I feel is that in the important positions of the Indian Football Federation, especially in the junior teams or in the senior I-League teams or in the ISL teams, Indian coaches need to be given chances. Okay, because how long we are going to serve under as an assistant coach for the foreign coaches. I mean, I completely respect,
Without
we
a
have a
doubt.
lot of
Without
knowledge,
it.
the foreigners. Yeah,
I totally second that.
because I see, I have respect for foreign coaches, who come to India and, who are changing the scenario. But every coach comes with his own philosophy. Now you have 11 teams. 11 teams are playing with different philosophy. Okay, the less budgeted teams are playing a lot of defensive football. The more budgeted teams are playing a bit more of composed attacking and defensive both football. So there needs to be a national playing philosophy and national playing identity first for the national team, and then it has to transcend it to the ISL and I League, and that only Indian coaches can do. Okay, coach education system is getting better, but we need to enhance it more. We need to make it more tactically
Right.
sound. We need to enhance the quality of coach education more. Okay, no
Right.
doubt our federation is doing a really commendable job in coaching the coaches, but I personally feel many of the coaches, who take licenses from the coaching courses, they don't follow those same things when they go. It's the same thing around, the circus football is happening. So, especially the coaches need to introspect. They need to learn from those experiences. And most important thing, what I feel is that, just because a professional player has played football, professionally in India or abroad, he knows coaching. If that's the case, then Maradona, Pele, Beckenbauer should be world top class coaches.
Oh
That's the
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
They should be the leading coaches of the world. Just
I
because
think
you have
that
played a
goes
game
out.
professionally
That
doesn't.
I think that goes out for all sports and
Sports, yeah,
yeah, all
absolutely.
even as common as gyms or just physical general physical fitness coaches. Just because you
Yeah.
have abs doesn't mean it's not indicative of any good coaching quality or you know on those lines. It just doesn't mean anything.
People who understand morphology of the body, they will completely
People
understand,
don't even
what
know
we are
what's
saying.
morphology. Anyway,
No, if they understand
so
morphology, they will understand what is the requirement of an abs. They will completely agree with us.
we all have abs. It's just that we don't show it. And guess what?
Yeah.
On a serious note, do we really need it? Do we need it? So also, this is what I keep telling my clients, my friends, and people like friends like you who are into the same space. Whenever we have conversations as such, like today, that we need to learn how to ask the right questions. The kind of questions we ask. Okay, so let's break this down. First, we need to learn how to question first, all right, and
Absolutely.
then get down to what kind of questions are we asking. And also, the
Yes.
practice of asking question is only going to make you better at asking questions and come to a solution oriented protocol eventually,
Yeah.
because there's no cookie cutter strategies, or there's no what do you call that, panacea for every problem. There are problems. What's up with the solution bit, man? So anyway, I think we are almost towards the end of our episode. So I just want to understand what's next for you, man.
So there are a lot of projects which are there down the pipeline. So let's see. I'm in talks with few professional teams. I don't know where I end up, but life is a journey, and I would love to travel and work in Africa or in South America or
Don't
anywhere
we
where
all? Don't we
opportunities
all?
present. No, exactly. I don't mind. Even that's the thing. I applied in at Pakistan Football Federation. I even applied in Somalia. That's the thing. Because I want to work. Football is a
Right,
global sport. It does not
right.
matter.
Yeah,
As athletes and as professional sports people, we transcend all those barriers of religion, caste, politics, creed, greed. We transcend every one of those, and most important thing is we don't care about anything. We just care about the development of sports. That's the thing.
absolutely, absolutely. I'm
And
totally with you
the
on
most
this.
important thing is the holistic development of a human being. The most important thing is to teach anyone empathy, okay, and compassion. These are the most important thing.
Beautiful, dude. Beautiful, dude. The quick, few rapid questions, I guess. Any kind of books that you would want audience to read? Could be training related. It's okay even if it's not training related, it's fine. Or any kind of courses that you would want or our audience, our future talent to take up specifically to do with football, soccer.
See, there are a lot of courses and a lot of education degrees which are there, which if you do not, if you fail to make it as a higher professional level, like I did. I played semi-professionally in Germany. I tried to reach at a professional level in India, but I couldn't make it. So I completed my sports science studies. I did sports management as well, and I completed my coaching badges. It starts with E license, which is a grassroot license, then D, C, B, A, and now I'm going to do pro maybe in a year or two. That's the thing. That's the highest license in football. So all these licenses help you to become a better coach, and most important thing, use them wisely. If you are coaching the kids, and books such as if you are into sports, then you can use exercise and training.
No, it could be non-training as well. It's fine. And it could be just one of your favorites.
See, the most important, I mean, one book, which changed my approach towards the life was Stephen Hawking's.
Come again.
It was Stephen Hawking's. It was Stephen Hawking's book. Okay, so I was reading one of my one of a student. He gave me the book, and I went through it, and it completely changed my approach and perception towards life. So most important thing we need to understand. It's just not you are into sports specific. You need to read a lot. And one more book, which changed my approach towards life was The Alchemist. Okay, so I read. That's the thing. Whatever finds you exciting and whatever you feel that it makes you happy, you should just go read and improve yourself. You just need to keep on improving each and every day. That's the thing. That's how we are going to progress as human beings.
I think major learning comes from books which doesn't fall under the training spectrum. I think the major learning comes from those. And in fact when you meet people from different professions, like for instance could be the food industry, could be textile, I don't know, I'll just name it. The kind of stuff they have done, the apparatuses they have to go through and they come up with, it's phenomenal, man. There's so much to learn, and it's just this lifetime is not enough to know everything. And I'm so glad that I at least have this lifetime to learn whatever I can. And so for the people or the viewers who are watching today and listening to us, if they want to reach out to you, where can they find you, man?
Yeah, you can just find me on my email, aroravimal@hotmail.com. It's AROR.
Can you get closer to the mic and just repeat that again?
Sorry, once again, it's ARORAVIMAL@hotmail.com. I am available on my email. I write to many people. Many people write, to me asking about football specific questions. I would love to help them, in designing a curriculum or, anything. If it's possible, they can reach me on my email. I'm always available on my email for sure.
Any social media handles that you want to add up? Plug in?
I am on Instagram as well. Miku, he keeps on tagging me in his amazing videos.
I will.
Together. So it's @coach_Vimal, on Instagram and on Facebook. It's Vimal Arora, simple as that. But I'm not much of a social media frenzy guy, so
no, you're not.
Ask anything, I'll be available.
That's what I was telling you the other day. The ones who are actually doing the good job, they're busy with their jobs or their work. They don't give a fuck about their social media handle. But then social media is important. I can't really completely override that.
Absolutely. No. You need to, because see, whatever floats your boat, it's like whatever helps you achieve your success. Because in social media, despite the negativity, you get a lot of optimism as well. But for me, I stay a bit away from those things, and most important thing for me is about self-educating and learning, and whatever happens on the ground. That's the thing.
Superb, dude. Superb, man. This was great catching up, man. I hope to bring you on again. Maybe, I don't know, whenever you're available. Because as far as as far as we spoke maybe like the other day, you said you're gonna be moving again. You're gonna be traveling a lot. So let's see whenever it's possible, and probably we can get into more specifics if at all you want to dive into it. And
Sure, man.
all right, man.
That would be great.
Cool. All right.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers, man. Yes. Take care. Bye
Cheers,
bye.
man. Yep.